Oh yeah, Erica's got you covered in that department coming up. Well, good Monday morning, taking a live look over Denver right now. Hope you had a great weekend. We got a lot of snow. Today we're going to be warming it up, mostly sunny. We need a lot of melting though. My neighborhood, I told you, we got like 10 inches of snow.
Oh my gosh.
Great for sledding.
Yeah. Right, yeah, totally.
Whoa.
And it depends on where you are in the metro area. Some roads are already totally dried out. Other
Right.
parts still dealing with that snow.
Right, western suburbs, southern suburbs, anybody who's a little bit higher up got up to 20 inches of snow from this system. Mountains did really well as well. And you had mentioned that Corey Reppenhagen had said, it seems like last year all the storms fell on Wednesdays.
Right.
This year they're all falling on Saturdays. And that's true. Last Saturday, we got another one coming in this Saturday. Got a lot going on here. Let's take a look what we have right now. We have 26 degrees at this hour. You see single digits, teens and 20s across state. A few below zero readings for the high country, a few 30s over in the west and the eastern border areas. So 49 degrees today with mostly sunny skies. Then for tomorrow, 54 degrees, but the clouds begin to roll in. Cloudy skies, chance for rain showers late in the day, and 53. 49 on Thursday with rain or snow. Friday, 47 degrees, were partly cloudy, but here comes Saturday. Here comes cooler weather and a chance for rain or snow.
Thank you. Right now, a live look at your commute on your Monday morning from CDOT this hour. I-70 and 270 light volume, 36 in Pecos. Same thing as you get ready to travel at I-25 and 23rd Avenue. Not a whole lot happening. Same story at 225 and Colfax. So a quick check of the graphics reflecting the same thing. Lots and lots of green. No overnight road work or crashes to really cause any trouble for you at this very moment as you get ready to travel into Commerce City. We're looking at an 11-minute ride in on westbound 76. Travel on I-25 in good shape. 15 to 14 minutes is what we're seeing for your tech center to downtown commute.
Erica, thank you. Today, the man accused of breaking into a crypt in Jefferson County is due in court. Deputies say John Belknap smashed open a mausoleum and stole remains from a 104-year-old coffin. This happened back in October at the Crown Hill Cemetery. He was charged with abuse of a corpse, burglary, and theft. Investigators say they don't think Belknap had any connection to the mausoleum. His arraignment is set for 8:30 this morning. Right now, investigators are searching for the people responsible for a shooting at a house in Denver's Green Valley Range neighborhood.
This happened early Sunday morning and ended with 2 people shot and killed and 4 more in the hospital. News reporter Courtney Yoon joins us live outside the home this morning. Courtney, neighbor security cameras captured this shootout.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Jordan and Corey. Police say that it all happened around 1:20 a.m. here on Orleans Court yesterday morning. We're going to show you video from a neighbor's security camera. And a teenage boy. That gunfire lasted for more than 30 seconds. Again, 2 people were killed. 4 others were injured and went to the hospital. Police say there was a party at a home Saturday night. They say after a group of uninvited people arrived, there was a confrontation that escalated into gunfire. Investigators say it appears the teen who died was not involved in the conflict, and they're still working to determine if the man who died was. As of now, Denver police does not have anyone in custody, and they're still searching for the shooter. If you have any information, they ask that you call Crime Stoppers. That number is on your screen now, and that information is also on our website, 9news.com. Corey, Jordan.
Yeah, scary situation for that neighborhood for sure. Courtney, thanks for the update.
More than 2 years after the Marshall Fire, we are getting a look at new data that shows crowdfunding support for victims was not evenly distributed. Researchers at CU Boulder found the money overwhelmingly helped wealthy households. They collected data from every GoFundMe campaign for fire victims online, linked that with estimates on how much affected houses were worth, and used credit report data to figure out estimated incomes for each household. Their research found households with incomes above $150,000 received 28% more support than those with incomes below $75,000.
Higher income people, they might tend to know more wealthier people who are able to donate in larger amounts, and we do find that. So we find that the average donation amount increases by about $1.50 per 10% increase in income.
The researchers also found that wealthier households had much bigger donor networks. GoFundMe campaigns for victims ultimately raised more than $23 million within just weeks after the fire, well above the $2 million in grants that FEMA issued.
The weather over the weekend provided an appropriate backdrop for protesters trying to prove a point about recent decisions by Denver's mayor.
It's cold, my feet are soaking wet, my hat's soaking wet, my hands are soaking wet.
Advocacy groups, including House Keys Action Network, stood at the Denver City County building to protest Denver Mayor Mike Johnston's first veto. He vetoed City Council's decision to end encampment sweeps when the temperature is colder than 32 degrees. The organizers of the protest let the weather defend their position.
We want to show you, it's like, this is what would be if you were houseless and the cops came and started enforcing the camping ban on you. You would have to get out of your tent, under your blankets, take everything you own and break it down.
The mayor's office said that sweeps would not happen in cold weather without temporary housing, except in situations that put public health and safety at risk. City Council passed the ban on cold weather sweeps with a 7-6 vote. It will require 9 votes to override the mayor's veto.
Parents in Denver Public Schools have a new tool to help them pick the right school for their kids. It's called the Mile High School Guide. A group called Root Ed launched the data dashboard this week during DPS's school choice window, and it lets families search information about Denver's public schools. Well, that information includes things like teacher-to-student ratios, standardized test scores, and student attendance rates.
I think, having a tool that allows you to compare schools, so you can say, okay, these are the 3 elementary schools that are in my neighborhood or in my general region of the city, and then being able to line those up side by side to say, okay, well, these are the hours of operation. How does that fit with my schedule for pickup and drop off? These are what they offer in terms of programs, in terms of what your student might need.
This isn't a new idea. A committee actually within the district recommended a dashboard like this several years ago. Well, now this dashboard's launch comes at the same time as school choice and DPS, when families can apply to send their kids to any school in the district next year. The window is open now. Families have until February 12th to submit those applications.
School leaders in southern Colorado are getting into the housing business. Our partners at the Gazette report Harrison School District 2 in Colorado Springs wants to spend $6 million to build housing for teachers. The district plans to build 20 duplexes on an empty lot near a school. Each 350 square foot apartment will rent for $825 a month. The complex will also have a community center and gardens. The district wants to fundraise to cover at least part of the cost of the project.
Senators have unveiled a bipartisan bill that will put tougher asylum and border laws in place. The $118 billion package comes after 4 months of negotiations between several parties. Under the deal, the president would have the ability to shut down asylum processing during spikes in illegal crossings. It would also limit access to asylum and require cases to be reviewed within 6 months. It would also end the practice of catch and release. The bill faces an uphill battle with Republicans in the Senate and the Republican-controlled House. Former President Donald Trump has opposed this plan.
President Biden is defending his order to attack targets in Iraq and Syria and says additional measures could come. NBC's Bree Jackson has the latest.
A preliminary assessment from the Defense Department shows at least 84 of the locations targeted in Friday's strikes in Iraq and Syria were destroyed or functionally damaged. The Biden administration says these strikes are the start of a response to the deadly drone attack that killed 3 U.S. service members.
We do believe that the strikes had good effect in degrading the capabilities of these militia groups to attack us.
Some Republicans say the recent airstrikes against Iran-backed militia groups are not strong enough.
Our national security is in free fall. Here's what works. Hit something they value.
What we need to be doing right now is turning up the heat on Iran. We need to act to decimate the Iran central bank.
The Iranian regime denies any connection to the drone attack in Jordan and condemned the Biden administration's response, warning it could bring about the wrath of the region. U.S. officials say they do not want to spark a wider war.
We don't want to go to war with Iran. That, by the way, is an objective that Iran shares. They don't want to go to war with us.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan did not rule out strikes inside Iran.
What I will say is that the president is determined to respond forcefully to attacks on our people.
White House officials say the U.S. intends to take additional actions in the region, but did not specify where. In Washington, Bree Jackson,